I'm a man in the situation. I'm like protective. Yeah, for sure. You always gotta have that feeling or that self-awareness, I guess.
We have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift. I swear. There's just more to go to here.
Taylor is the it girl of the moment, and of course, that has brought some haters and some not funny jokes her way. But her man is not about to watch the world drag his babe, so he definitely has some words for Jo Koy and his joke about Taylor Swift.
The big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL, on the Golden Globes, we have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift. I swear. There's just more to go to.
If you missed the real-time flop, here's a quick recap. The internet remembered Jo Koy in the most unflattering way when he hosted the 81st annual Golden Globes Awards. The comedian had accepted the hosting gig after it had been rejected by multiple celebrities. According to CNN, Chris Rock had declined the offer to host, and we cannot say we are too surprised about that. The 2022 Oscars and the Keep My Wife's Name Out Your Mouth slap is still fresh on our minds, so it makes sense that Chris Rock would not want to be on that stage again so soon. But there are other people who turned down what is no doubt one of the most amazing gigs ever. Ali Wong had also been approached with the offer to host the awards show, but she declined. The co-hosts of the Smartless podcast, Will Arnett, Sean Hayes, and Jason Bateman, had declined the very same gig. And when the committee decided to try their very last option of Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, who have successfully hosted the Golden Globes not once but 4 times, a source for CNN said that the 2 stars would never do it again. They're done. So it all came down to Jo Koy, who reportedly accepted the offer 10 days before the event. And we know that right now he certainly wishes he hadn't taken the gig. And it's not just about the Taylor joke that fell flat, though we'll get to that in a minute. Throughout the opening monologue, which is usually one of the highlights of the evening, Jo Koy's jokes fell apart and landed in all the wrong ways.
Robert, okay, if it's awkward, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to do that in front of you. I know it sucks.
He first addressed Robert De Niro, who he claimed to be a big fan of, before asking, "How'd you get her pregnant at 80? CGI?" And this joke was supposed to be about Robert De Niro's newborn daughter, whom he and his girlfriend Tiffany Chen welcomed in April. Like that wasn't bad enough, Jo Koy went on to make a joke about how Barbie is on a plastic doll with big boobies.
And Barbie is on a plastic doll with big boobies.
He said in his monologue, "The key moment in Barbie is when she goes from perfect beauty to bad breath, cellulite, and flat feet, or what casting directors call character actor." The joke elicited unimpressed reactions from the night's attendees and, even worse, the online audience. This shot is so brutal, as if someone from the control room knew Jo Koy was gonna bum hard after the Barbie joke. They made sure to get a wide shot of the audience. Golden Globes, one user said. And to make matters worse, Jo Koy immediately got defensive after the joke flopped and he went off script. "Yo, I got the gig 10 days ago. You want a perfect monologue? I wrote some of these and they're the ones you're laughing at." But it didn't get any better as he went ahead to deliver what Swifties would confirm as the most disastrous joke of the night. Taylor Swift came to the event without her boyfriend, NFL star Travis Kelce, but that didn't stop the host from joking about their relationship and, of course, her recent appearances at football games. The big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL: at the Golden Globes, we have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift, the comedian joked during the show, and when the camera flashed Taylor Swift, the singer was stone-faced as she took a sip of her drink. If Taylor Swift death stares could actually kill, Jo Koy would now be deceased, Piers Morgan noted on X, formerly known as Twitter. And that should give you a glimpse of just how fast things spiraled from that point for the rest of the evening. While the show went on, the outside world was going wild. Now, for those who don't know the context, Taylor Swift and her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, have been in the news for the last couple of months. The world seems obsessed with the couple, and we can understand why, because it's one of the most iconic interconnections of sports and music that we've ever had in pop culture. And as expected, there's a lot of coverage surrounding their relationship. In the past couple of weeks, we have seen multiple clips of Taylor attending Chiefs games and hanging out with Travis's mom. And there was also the iconic video of Travis taking over from the security and opening the door for Taylor as they made their SNL after-party appearance. But the most surprising coverage on their relationship is the attention from the NFL, to the point where the organization had to address news that it was milking the relationship for views.
Everybody's just like overwhelmed
your feelings
with
for Taylor. What is your honest opinion on how the NFL is treating celebrities at games?
I think it's fun when they show who all is at the game. You know, I think it brings a little bit more to the atmosphere, brings a little bit more to what you're watching. But at the same time, I think
They're overdoing it.
They're overdoing it a little bit, for sure, especially my situation.
Addressing their recent obsession with covering Taylor Swift's appearances at games, the NFL explained that we frequently change our bios and profile imagery based on what's happening in and around our games, as well as culturally. The Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce news has been a pop cultural moment we've leaned into in real time, as it's an intersection of sport and entertainment, and we've seen an incredible amount of positivity around the sport. And although Travis has confirmed that he thinks they just might be overdoing it, he seems prepared to face all the paparazzi and all that comes with being Taylor's man, even when that includes terrible jokes aimed at his woman. Throughout the Golden Globes Awards evening, the camera panned to Taylor Swift and her bestie, Selena Gomez, multiple times, and, given their recent popularity in the media, it was almost expected that someone, at some point, would make a joke about Taylor and her beau. According to fans, it's very likely that Travis and his brother Jason will address the Golden Globes moment on the next episode of their podcast, New Heights. But while we wait to hear from either of them, the culprit at the center of all the drama has actually addressed the situation. Almost immediately after the joke, Jo Koy hit the carpet at Billboard's Golden Globes after party, and he tried to play the moment off as a cute quip. Aw man, it was cute. I was just saying it was cute. I was just saying it's less cutaways, that's all, he told Entertainment Tonight. But it was a big night for Taylor, and she deserved every cutaway that was going to happen because the singer's concert film, Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour, was nominated for the Cinematic and Box Office Achievement Award. And it was competing against some of the biggest films of the year, including Barbie, Oppenheimer, and Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse. Jo Koy first explained that the joke was meant to make fun of the NFL using cutaways and how the Globes didn't have to do that, so it was more of a jab toward the NFL, but it just didn't come out that way. He also added that the joke was a little flat and a weird joke, I guess. But then he still tried to justify the flop moment by telling GMA3 that it's a tough room. It was a hard job. I'm not going to lie. I'd be lying if I said it doesn't hurt. I hit a moment there where I was like, hosting is just a tough gig. Yes, I'm a stand-up comic, but that hosting position, it's a different style. I kind of went in and did the writer's thing. We had 10 days to write this monologue. It was a crash course. I feel bad, but I gotta still say I loved what I did. And if that means that he loved causing more drama about Taylor's relationship, then maybe fans were right to criticize his performance. As one person wrote, he might have set a record with the highest amount of unfunny jokes in the opening speech. The funniest parts were the multiple moments of awkward silence. Someone else said, I'm proud of Taylor for not laughing at Jo Koy's terrible joke at her expense. Women are conditioned to laugh and shake it off to avoid ruffling feathers, seeming rude, or hurting someone's feelings. We need to stop laughing at our own expense to make men comfortable. But Taylor herself has spoken about all the attention that her relationship is getting, and it sounds like she has accepted the reality of fame for what it is. As she told Time magazine during her Person of the Year interview, there's a camera like a half mile away and you don't know where it is, and you have no idea when the camera is putting you in the broadcast. So I don't know if I'm being shown 17 times or once. "I'm just there to support Travis," she said. "I have no awareness of if I'm being shown too much." Travis has always been a football star, but he and the rest of the world could never have imagined how much the announcement would make the both of them viral. And for Taylor, we are almost too sure that she did not realize how much public attention will be dedicated to her for simply attending games. In fact, she didn't even know how much she could enjoy watching football. As she spoke to Time magazine, Taylor revealed that, "Football is awesome. It turns out I've been missing out my whole life. And it seems that Travis is set to seal the deal. But with so many eyes and opinions on their relationship, it definitely makes sense that both of them would want to keep all updates far from the press." As Taylor told Times, "When you say a relationship is public, that means I'm going to see him do what he loves. We're showing up for each other people are there, and we don't care. The opposite of that is you have to go to an extreme amount of effort to make sure no one knows that you're seeing someone. And we're just proud of each other. And that's on period." What do you think, though? Does Travis have to publicly address the situation, or is it safe to assume that he already helped her get over it? Also, was Jo Koy's joke unnecessary, or was it just bad timing? We are excited to read your thoughts in the comments section, so be sure to share your opinion, and don't forget to watch our next exciting video about your favorite celebs.